Greetings everyone, my name is Dr. Jason Freeman and I'd like to welcome you all to my channel. In this video, I review the play On the Ropes, written by Vernon Vanriel and Dougie Blaxland. At any point, feel free to click the notification bell and subscribe to my channel to get more content. So, without further ado, let's begin. We're at the Park Theater in Finsbury Park, and we are about 30 minutes away or so from the play On the Ropes. So On the Ropes is about an a Jamaican man specifically who was part of the Windrush generation, who basically was denied entry back into the UK for like 14 years because of the Windrush scandal, essentially. Britain denied his right to be in Britain, even after years of being a contributing member of society. So that's interesting. I was informed about this from an Instagram. Somebody had Instagram looking at Black British theater, which I'll put a link to. Who I asked, reached out to him, asked him about a good play written by a Black British person, and they gave me this one. So excited. It's really interesting, like books, interesting decor here. So. I know it's gonna get copyright claimed, but yeah, I'm pretty excited. It's pretty cool. Yeah, the guy was a boxer, and so this is like a boxer. It's pretty cool. All right, so I just finished watching On the Ropes. It was a really good, really interesting story. I'm gonna talk more about it when I get back to the warm hotel room. Basically, yeah, man. I'm glad I saw it. I'm glad I went to see this. It's I would say the story was about a guy who was a really tough dude. He went through a lot. So, but yeah, I'll talk more about it when I get back to the room. I was just trying to get this plane in the shot, so yeah. So On the Ropes was a story of Vernon Vanriel. He was a middleweight champion boxer from Britain, specifically Tottenham, which is an area in London. So what did I think about the play? Well, first of all, just my basic, I liked it. It was musical. It was powerful. One thing I really liked about it was that they did not sugarcoat his behaviors, his history. And so oftentimes with certain kind of biopics and things like that, they try to almost deify the character so that they have no flaws, and therefore you're celebrating the person rather than really learning about them. And Vernon, sorry. So Vernon Vanriel, who co-wrote this particular play with, one second, Dougie Blaxland, who actually is a white British person who co-wrote it. So Vernon Vanriel is a Black British boxer. So, he co-wrote it and really put a lot of stuff about his family life, about his substance abuse, about his any kind of criminal behavior. Was any criminal behaviors? I know he's arrested a lot because there was a lot of police harassment. I'm trying to remember, did he admit to anything? I mean, drug use, I guess, cocaine use was kind of the criminality part. So, but the point is, he was very open about his past. And that was one thing I liked about it. Another thing I liked about the particular play was the acting, the versatility of the actors. So you had 3 actors playing multiple roles. So there's the one actor played Vernon Vanriel the whole time, but then the other 2 actors, these young Black British people, played his mom, his lovers, his sisters, everybody you can think of. Visa people in Jamaica, Visa people in England, an MP, I think it's an MP or MP's assistant or what have you. But just a lot of people, they had this versatility. And it's a really cool play. It was very modern. When I went in there, you probably can I probably got copyright strikes on it. But when I went in there, they were playing like Beyonce, and they were playing a lot of local British bands. Yeah, there's so many, modern music. And in the play, it was a lot of music from all over, British history, a little bit of American music as well. It's a lot in Jamaican, definitely. Yeah, it's definitely, I mean, I guess more so Jamaican than British, because Vanriel was basically a Jamaican citizen who grew up in Britain. He's a Jamaican citizen who grew up in Britain, and with the Windrush scandal, he basically went to Jamaica, and I'm not gonna give too much more of the story. He went to Jamaica for various reasons, for really a specific reason, and then when he tried to come back, they wouldn't let him back. He was there for 13 years. So he actually came back in 2018. So this is actually another thing that was really interesting. This isn't like, decades ago. This was like when I was finishing my, finishing my second, probably into my third year as a professor. That's not that long ago, 2018. So this video right here has been made in January 2023. So not that long ago this happened, and then the play really ended in 2021. So just a couple years ago, when he was still dealing with the ramifications of that policy that made him stay homeless in Jamaica for like 13 years. So yeah, it was a powerful play. What did I not like about it? I think the music was a little bit too much sometimes. Obviously, Vernon Vanriel loves music. He says it in the play that is kind of what his soul and his like who he is. And I think they overdid it. Like, I think there was so much music, and not to critique Vernon or the actors. I think sometimes with a lot of Black art, you feel like you have to make it more entertaining so that white audiences will pay attention. Because the idea is that, or even Black audiences too, because the idea is that if you get too heavy, then people are going to turn off. So I feel like, it's a lot of heavy subject matter, and that acting was amazing. Like, you could feel the emotions in the actors as they're kind of doing these different parts. But the point is, I feel like they overdid it with the music and the dancing to the point where it was a little uncomfortable sometimes with it, just with, you have these kind of very posh, very kind of staunch, British people there, and you have these 3 Black actors singing and dancing a lot on the stage. And again, the subject matter was powerful, the message was powerful. It's just the form sometimes made me a little uncomfortable with just, the amount of music and dancing in it, with the audience and everything. So, but overall, I would recommend going seeing it. It's one of those things. I'm not sure how long it's going to run. I'm not sure how the tickets are. I hope it runs a while, because it's a story that's very prescient right now. Even in the U.S. with the Dreamers, even though it's not exactly the same, it kind of is, because with the Dreamers and the Dream Act and that situation, these are people who grew up here. In America. I'm in Britain now, but these people who grew up in America, and culturally they're American. Language, self-image, things like that. It's almost as if I found out that tomorrow I was Jamaican. Let's say I was Jamaican, grew up in America, but I grew up in America from like 4 or 5 on. I'm me. Like, I'm the same person you're seeing right now. It's just the difference is my citizenship will be Jamaican. And so if I went to Jamaica or here or somewhere and something happened, a situation happened, or a policy change was what happened with Vernon Vanriel, I could be stuck away from my family, away from everything that I know, which is what happened to him. And in his case, over like a decade and a half. The other thing I liked about it is, Vernon was a tough SOB, man. Like, that dude, I admire him, I respect him. If I had his amount of tenacity dealing with that, man, or I mean, I don't know. It's one of those things, I think when you get pushed like that, and it just really showed who he was. And I would like to think that I could do that, be that kind of strong in that situation, what he faced. So yeah, so that's my take on it. And I'm probably gonna have this video I'm doing now being its own thing. I was kind of thinking about doing all of yesterday and today as one thing, but I'll have this video along with last night as being one, since it's based on the length right now. And then I will do a separate video with this other stuff that happened over the last couple of days. So yeah, but thanks for listening. Now, if you found this review helpful, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. Also, please share this video. Thank you all for your time, and have a wonderful rest of your day.